Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. You are the apple of God's eye. He loves you unconditionally, and you can count on God. You can depend on God. The Christian's joy is in knowing that light is not only greater than darkness, but will also outlast the darkness. You can count on God. Faith triumphs in trouble. Scripture often indicates that God leads his children through suffering before his glory. You can count on God. Cast your eyes forward, Isaiah 43:18. This verse is a call to move forward, focus on the present and the future, and not dwell on past experiences. You can count on God. Is your heart broken? Is your spirit crushed? God is near. He has not abandoned you. You can count on God. David failed, but God redeems. God restores. There is hope for us. God is the only source of such a renewal. You can count on God. You know, our true identity, John 1:12 says, "Yet to all who did receive him," meaning Jesus, "to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." Many of us define ourselves by what we do. You might be a teacher or a firefighter or an accountant. That's who I am. But God's plans often lead us outside of the very things we believe define us. Our ultimate identities are not in what we do, but in who we are. Children of God. We are children of God. It sounds simple, but it's a deeply profound truth. Receiving Jesus and identifying as a child of God isn't passive. It's not just slapping on a name tag and continuing life as usual. Taking on that identity is a daily, active decision. It means fully accepting Jesus' love, authority, and call on our lives. He gives us the freedom to live beyond labels, past wounds, and even seemingly good things that can hold us physically or emotionally captive. He breaks the chains of people lying or living in poverty, addiction, or grief. You are no longer a child of brokenness. You are a child of God. You are endued. You're clothed. I'm looking for the right word. Listen, you have dignity and worth of your Creator. Yes, remember that. You have dignity and you have worth with your Creator. That new identity is like a superhero original story. It changes everything. When you receive Jesus, this is your glory, or this is your story. You are God's child. You belong. You are loved. You are free. When was the last time you stopped to reflect on the fact that you are a beloved child of God? Take a moment today to thank him for welcoming you into his family. Get ready. Get ready. Would a doctor begin an operation without surgical gear? Would a firefighter run into a burning building without a protective suit? Would a soldier head into a battle without armor? With the exclusion of extreme situations, of course they wouldn't. In fact, not only do they spend years preparing for such moments, but they also learn to protect themselves from harm. If they aren't prepared, they cannot do their job. Writing to the believers in Ephesus from a Roman prison, the Apostle Paul said, "Put on the whole armor of God so that you will be able to stand firm against all the strategies of the devil." That's Ephesians 6:11. Every day we face battles that we can't fully see. And if we're not prepared, we cannot do our job of loving God and people well. God's armor is readily available, but we must make the intentional decision to dress ourselves for battle. When we intentionally dress ourselves in the armor of God, we can be ready for the attacks that will inevitably come our way. We cannot do the work of God without the presence of God's Spirit in us. Thank you for joining me for the Good News Corner. I'm Bobby Wilson. Listen, here's wisdom for life. Look for the valleys, the green places, and fly through them. There will always be a way through. You also can say it like this: if at first you don't succeed, try again. And remember, God looks at you and I as the apple of his eye. He so loved us that he gave his only begotten Son, Jesus, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Bobby Wilson here. Love to you there.